Alright guys, you saw the title of the mouse video. In this video in chess, I'm going to be reviewing a game of mine that, I haven't really decided the title for it. The title is either both the best and worst chess game I've ever played in my entire career, or probably the most chaotic 1200 ELO game ever, and I was a part of it. I literally haven't even decided the title yet, because, yeah, the game you're about to witness, it's ridiculous, but okay. By the way, I was actually a part of this. But before I begin, guys, if you enjoyed, please drop a like and sub. I would really help the channel a ton. If you're really interested, you can also drop super thanks. By the way, if it's difficult to hear my voice, just turn on the captions. Without further ado, let's just begin. Okay, so this is how the game went. My opponent played e4. I responded with e5. Then my opponent played d4. Now, in this position, you can play multiple different openings. Like maybe you could play even like knight g6. But obviously don't play something like knight c6 because then you'll just let your opponent get a really large center. So I just captured. And believe it or not, they actually didn't capture. And apparently this is actually a book move. But the thing is, in chess, I don't really know of a lot of openings, and I don't really use a lot, so I just played this unintentionally. And then my opponent played bishop b5, and apparently this is an inaccuracy. So what I did was I played a6. The reason was because I said to myself, okay, like, even if they capture back the pawn, it's fine, it'll still be an equal position, and they will have to sacrifice a bishop for that to happen, which would, like, open up my queen to a potential attack. So yeah, they captured, I captured back, and they captured, and I pushed the pawn, they moved their knight, and now we traded queens, but the only reason I'm winning here, I think, is because, like, although this pawn is kind of, not really, like, in a great position, the reason I'm winning probably is because my opponent literally can't castle anymore. So I move my knight. By the way, guys, really quick thing I would like to mention. Although my opponent can't castle, very later on you're about to realize that's very useless. Especially for me having that advantage. Anyways, we have bishop g5. I captured. This already starts the chaos to the game. Now we have this move by pinning the knight, and I only realized that this move was a mistake once I played it. But I didn't take any time, and I defended with my bishop. You're supposed to defend with the pawn. Because after I defended with the bishop, my opponent just played this. Knight c4, and now my knight is just done for. There's no hope for it. So what I did was that I decided, you know what? In chess, whenever anybody's losing, they always just do the king run. And the king run, you just bring your king to the end of the board and try to capture everything. And I decided, yeah, I'm going to do the king run. I give up. So they captured. I captured back, which was not the greatest decision, but okay. Then they captured. Now I move my king. They move their king. I move my king again, because by this point, I mean, I told you, I'm doing the king run. They give me a check. I move my king. Then we have rook d1. I move my bishop, trying to launch an attack. Oh, by the way, don't capture this pawn, even if the knight wasn't here, because they can just trap you, and then the rook will just capture you. The rook moved. Pushed my pawn. The bishop moved. I move my king, again, because once again, this is the king run. They pushed their pawn. Now I realize something. I can go here. So that's obviously what I did. And believe it or not, every single move of this game, I felt like I was just blundering a checkmate in like 5 moves because I just kept bringing my king to the end of the board. They gave a check. I captured, which was, believe it or not, actually the best move. They gave another check. I moved my king. And now I just pushed the pawn trying to defend to make sure that this doesn't happen, and then this entire pawn structure is destroyed. They gave this check, and now it's only winning by 1.7, believe it or not. I captured. Then they played this. I played this move. So they were pretty much just forced to capture. I captured back. Now they move their rook. And I just moved my king trying to attack their rook because I'm saying to myself, definitely 100% I can get this pawn. Probably. But instead they just defend with their bishop, and now I have no idea what to do. Now, obviously at this point, if I want any chance of winning, I should push the pawns. But I didn't do that. Instead, I just pinned the rook. So they defended with the pawn, obviously, so like, you know, that like, if I trade, which I did, their pawn will be like more advanced. I brought up my rook, they defended, now I pushed the pawn, they pushed their pawn, and now I've realized finally that I need to utilize these pawns, otherwise the game is 100% lost for me. Like, I need to bring all these pawns to the end of the board, otherwise I'm just going to lose guaranteed. So I move, well, no, they move their king over here, which is apparently a mistake. I move my king, their bishop has to move, and I realized, wait, I can capture. They give a check. I moved my king, and that wasn't the best move, apparently. But they didn't push their pawn. Instead, they brought their king. I brought my king because I thought that maybe I could stop this whole thing. But then we just moved more pieces. And by this point, I said to myself, okay, probably my opponent is going to win 100%. There was just no saving this, most likely. But I kept launching attacks on their bishop. And eventually I just moved my rook because I gave up. They gave this discover check. By the way, I made sure that my rook wasn't here. Otherwise, I would have lost my rook. I moved my king. They pushed their pawn. I moved the rook over here. They promoted. I just captured. I gave up. And believe it or not, it's only winning by 1.6. The reason, all of these pawns, if I can utilize them, maybe I'll have a chance at a draw. I pushed. They gave a check. I moved my king. They brought their bishop. Now I move my king again. And now they're clearly going for my pawn, trying to promote these two. I brought this pawn, which was apparently a mistake. They gave a check. And now the game is a draw, because I played this, which is the only way to save the position at all. They brought the rook. I defended. Now they captured. So now I played this. Oh, whoops, I didn't, apparently. Oh yeah, I promoted. So after promotion, they captured. I captured back. And now they began to push their pawns. I pushed mine. They pushed theirs. Then they sacrificed their rook. And now, somehow, the game has gone from me being completely losing to a draw. So we both promote, and now it looks like it's a draw. And I was going to offer a draw, but then I realized, wait, maybe my opponent will blunder something, but there is also a chance that I will blunder something, but okay. So I defended, because at this point, I was happy to accept a draw after the whole game, pretty much. They didn't capture. They just blundered their pawn, but still, it's basically a draw anyways. They move their king. I push my pawn, and I realize something. Okay, there are multiple checks my opponent can give. But if they give this check, I win the game. Like, any check, either here or here. Wait, whoops. Here or here. I didn't see this one, but I saw this one. They gave this check, and they instantly lost the game, because now I defend. They had no choice but to capture. I capture back, and they resigned. Because, well, no matter what you do, the pawn can't really be stopped. Yeah, so my opponent resigned. And to be honest, this game was just complete chaos. Like, I was completely losing, yet somehow I managed to get a victory at the very end. And I just performed the king run, and somehow it actually worked in my favor. And by the way, here's the accuracy if you want to see it. And here are the ratings Stockfish gave us. And yeah, this is the whole video, just showing one of the most chaotic 1200 Euro games ever. And yeah, this is the whole video, again. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and sub, I would really help the channel ton. If you're really enjoyed, you can also drop super thanks. Without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!